I have been selling this book, Zanazli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking, which is published by MPH, for a while now. It's a really good book if you want to be a filmmaker, whether it's for YouTube, social media, TV, film, cinema, whatever. This is the book to get. I'm going to make it more accessible and more affordable to all of you because I believe that everybody needs to become a filmmaker. The more filmmakers we have in the world, I think this world will be a better place to live in. Now it's available as an electronic book download on my website. I'm going to link it here. It's really cheap, it's really affordable. It's only 5 ringgit if you want to get the ebook version. Okay, 5 ringgit. It doesn't really cost much, right? It's just a little bit of something for me. I mean, it did take a lot of work to write. Each chapter of this book talks about one part of the filmmaking process. And for each chapter as well, I interview a local filmmaker. It's only 5 ringgit. It's only 5 ringgit. You're watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm Sumi, I'm Zanazli.
And I'm Shelley Bustawan.
And every week, as usual, we watch a local film and we review it. And this week, we're watching a local film and we're reviewing it.
Yes, it's Chew's latest film. I think it's a Chinese New Year film. It's called Ma, I Love You. Which also, yes lah, I guess, Ma, I Love You.
I was going to say Ching Chong Chai.
Okay, so yesterday, late at night, we left all our children and we went to go and see Ma, I Love You.
Ma, I Love You. It's a Chinese New Year movie.
Chinese New Year movie.
Directed by
Chew,
the guy who directs
Journey.
all the Chinese New Year movies in Malaysia.
He shot The Journey.
Yeah, he did The Journey, yes. Hey, what's that
There was
movie?
another one
The
lah.
movie about the fat girl.
Yeah lah, isn't that him also?
don't
Is
know.
it him also? I don't know. It was the one where she wants to be an astronaut one.
Yes.
IBM. Be Mine something. Anyway.
So what's the film about?
We watched this film.
Although it's already like past Chap Gourmet already when we watched
It
it.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't. I don't think it matters. I'm just saying.
So,
Right?
okay, this film.
Yeah.
This film is about a mother and a daughter. So the father died already. The father died at the beach, and then the mother had to raise the daughter all by herself because she's a Chinese woman. Naturally,
Poyo lah.
she's an insurance agent,
Yes.
and also a bit poyo as a mother. She's a hustler lah. Okay, she's a typical like Chinese mother hustler where she like has her insurance gig, then she also like sells fruits, and then she's also raising her daughter. She is very over controlling because her daughter is like the only daughter and her husband died already, so like she follows her daughter everywhere, like literally everywhere. School trip she follow, daughter go to work she follow, everything she follow lah. But then the story is about how the daughter is now 18 years old and wants the fuck out.
She wants to be independent lah. Why should I live my life with my mother, right?
So
Sleeps in the
she
same room, you know.
So she starts planning, like secretly she starts taking these French lessons, and she starts applying to French universities, and then she gets a letter to go to a French university, but she has to go for a scholarship interview. And at this point, her mother figures out that she's gonna go. So her mother like loses her shit in the most Chinese way possible, which is to say, she's very passive aggressive and emotionally manipulative. So she ignores her, don't want to talk to her. When her daughter's trying to have a conversation with her, she turns on the vacuum, you know, and then she says things like, "Why don't you go to France and then tell me that you go?" All of it was very, very, very familiar to me. Honestly, these people.
So what do we think about the film? Oh, we're not yet. Okay, go ahead.
Okay lah. So basically that's what the film is about. The fact that the daughter wants independence and the mother doesn't want to let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
in a nutshell.
So
what do we think about the film? I think you should go first.
I hated the film. I didn't like the film because it was boring. It's a boring film. Typical. To me, it felt like a mediocre TV drama. Now, Chew makes films quite decently. right? His past films, okay, right? But this one is, I think, his worst film. Yeah, this is his worst film. It's shot very nicely. The story is told very solidly, right? It's quite solid in the way it's directed, shot, and told. It's just not creative. It's not unique. It's dull. It's flat. It's mediocre. It's lucky thing I bought a big box of popcorn so I could focus on the popcorn eating and drinking my 0-calorie Pepsi because I was so bored of the film. The only consolation aside from the popcorn was my wife. We were sitting in a couple seat, so got to cuddle a bit. There was nothing special about
I'm
the film.
glad that I come after the popcorn and the 0 calories. It just really goes to show where I rank.
Yeah. Okay, maybe hate is a strong word lah. I didn't hate the film, but I didn't like the film either. Right? It's a very run-of-the-mill film. Everything that happened in the film gave you a prediction of what's going to happen next. You know, from the daughter turning 18 to the daughter knowing already what the daughter wants to do, daughter applying for university, knowing already how the mother is going to react, to knowing already at the end how it's going to be. Everything was so predictable. I could predict it like 10 minutes in advance. Actually more like 15 minutes in advance of everything that was going to happen. And that was dull lah. It wasn't... Yeah, this was like Everything Everywhere All at Once, but 100 times worse. And you know that I also don't like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Right? I don't deny the fact that you find it relatable, and a lot... I was speaking to my film students today about the movie as well. A lot of them have seen it, right? And they can relate too. So I'm not taking that away from the audience, right? And from the community.
But you feel how you feel lah.
Yeah, exactly. And my Chinese part of my family, actually, every time I hear issues like this, I thank God that the Chinese part of my family is not like that. Oh my God, Alhamdulillah. You know? Yeah. So that's that. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the homogeneous culture of Malaysian films. This film was so obviously Chinese in its making, Chinese Malaysian, targeting a Chinese Malaysian audience. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Yeah.
Carry on.
Just like how a lot of Malay films are also made homogeneously for a Malay audience, right? Again, there's nothing wrong with that.
A very specific Malay audience,
Yeah.
I think we must stress.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Yep.
films like the
No,
one
but that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Ma, I Love You also is for a very specific Chinese
Correct,
audience.
correct.
A very typical Chinese Malaysian audience.
Yeah.
And although there's nothing wrong with representing these communities, I think the problem is we don't have any films or very small number of films that actually promote a multicultural thing. You know what I mean?
Show normal people, you know, normal everyday
Yeah.
Chinese people. Not in KL only, but everywhere.
Yeah, there are Chinese people who interact with other races. There are Malay people who interact with other races. So that's the problem.
And not
It's
just
so
in KL.
typical.
I feel like I must stress.
It is so typical. Like, for example, Chinese lady, insurance agent. Every conversation she has must ask for discount. You know, controlling mother. You know, when they want to watch a TV event, the TV event was what? Badminton.
What was she before? A national
badminton
player.
So it's too. So that was a problem that I had lah. You know, yeah. What did you think?
Oh, because I am very homogeneously Chinese in my upbringing, I liked it very much. This is why I liked it though. I'm not really a fan of Chill's films. I don't know if I brought this up before. But the first one I saw was obviously The Journey, right? And he does this. Chiu takes these sort of issues that homogenous Chinese people face, and he tries to sort of make it interesting in the way that he tackles the issue, you know. Like he tries to break the barriers, like with the interracial relationship in The Journey, and then now this mother-daughter relationship. He tries, but he never fully succeeds lah, in my opinion, in delivering what he's trying to say. So the messaging is always well-intentioned, but badly delivered. So like The Journey, it felt so superficial to me. And then when I look at this film, right, it's not superficial, but it is, like you said, very homogenous and stereotypical. The characters are not the characters. The daughter I felt was quite like she had some growth, and the mother had growth, but it was clearly very sort of planned lah. Like you said lah, you know already this is how it's gonna go. Because I'm both, right? I'm a mother and also a daughter, and I try very hard not
I
to
thought you were
be...
gonna. Sorry, I thought you were gonna say what? I'm both Chinese and Malay.
also that.
Only
But not
Chinese.
really.
She
I'm
threw
more-
away her Malay culture altogether.
I
She
never
doesn't-
had it.
Yeah,
I
see?
never had it,
See?
bro.
Yeah.
Have you met my mother? Anyway.
Thank God for my family.
Anyway, I'm more Malay now, okay? I can cook the whole raya thing and everything, so pass. Okay? Sophia Yusuf has made me very Malay.
The intermarriage of different cultures is supposed to make society more multicultural, not kill off one culture.
Yeah.
So
So anyway.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah. So I try very hard not to be a Chinese mother, because you need a lot of therapy if you've got a Chinese mother. Like a lot. Like a fuckload of therapy, okay? And like...
Again, this is
so
in
much,
general lah.
Yeah, if you live in a
my
homogenous
family, my Chinese family not like that.
If you live in a homogenously Chinese family, you would need a lot of therapy lah. I could see so much of my mother in this woman. But at the same time, it wasn't just the bad things, you know. It wasn't just the overbearingness. It wasn't just the emotional manipulation. I could also really see how she worked very hard, and she was kind of, despite everything, right? These mothers are actually very selfless beings.
Yeah.
They express their affections in very crude ways, practical ways, you know. We feed you, we clothe you, you go to school. Very good already lah, your life, isn't it? What more you want? So I could see both sides. But at the same time, I can also see how very, very suffocating it is, and how very frustrating it is when your mother doesn't want to have a real conversation with you. So in that sense, it felt very realistic to me. Does it only cater to one specific audience? 100% yes. But did I hate it? No, I did not. I didn't even really dislike it. I liked that, unlike Everything Everywhere All at Once, this one kind of showed growth in a mildly realistic manner, because she never apologized to her daughter, you know, if you noticed.
Yeah, and that's not the...
She never apologized to her daughter, which is something that this Asian mother trope is now playing on, especially in, you know, Hollywood. But this one, she was just, again, expressing her love in a very practical way. I'll let you go by yourself, which is what you wanted. And it was nice for me to see that the mother, still managed to sort of accept, while it was very difficult, that there was a potential for her to have kind of, you know, a life as well.
They cannot. A life without...
Yeah,
get separate, cannot, you know.
So that was interesting. That was nice lah, for me to see lah. So as a Chinese New Year film, I thought it was very effective. You know, it invoked all the right emotions and was just the right amount of unrealistic in the fact that, you know, the mother is gonna accept and actually have a life of her own. Hilarious.
But then,
but yeah, so yeah, I liked it. It's okay.
For a Chinese like me, right? I feel that it doesn't represent my Chinese New Year. It doesn't represent my Chinese community, my Chinese culture. You know, my Chinese culture is a kind of culture where want to wear black lah. What is it? You know, it's already a very non-traditional thing. You know, no pantang lah. What is this? Somebody die, cannot go to the house. Yeah, you know, we're all family anyway. You know what I mean? So I want to be represented too. You know, and I think a lot of Chinese in Malaysia that are like that want to be represented too. You know, but we're not being represented
Not by you lah, anyway.
Maybe we should. But do you know any other film that?
Well, you need to go and find a Chinese filmmaker, like, I don't know, Liu Xing Tat, to make a film that fully represents who you are.
Maybe we should make it.
Yeah, we're not fiction filmmakers.
No,
well, I'm not.
We can make it anyway.
Okay, we'll make it. We'll make
Yeah.
it so that you are represented.
Yeah, because oh my god, and then they think that is how Chinese are like, you know. Yeah. So I have friends who are homogeneously Malay. They think that's how Chinese people are. You know, but it's not.
But then Chinese people will watch this film and they'll be like, yeah,
they will be validated and think that
That
this
is
is okay.
the problem.
So my therapist tells me, right, that there's a problem with these kind of films because it humanizes a Chinese mother like that. She doesn't apologize, but okay, because at the end of the day, she lets the daughter do what she wants. And that's okay without apologizing, without ever admitting to making a mistake.
Yes.
That's wrong lah. And then
Yes.
the Chinese community then sees that, okay lah, like that.
It's also like the Malay films that normalize rape.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's okay. In the end, he married her, right?
Yeah.
And
So
whatever,
what
whatever.
is this
So,
problem?
Yes.
You know, so
we don't stand for that.
alright, so
So-
watch the movie, don't watch the movie.
Yes.
Don't.
I say you should
I
watch
say
the
no.
movie. I think it's watchable lah. It's watchable.
No, it's not.
I wouldn't suggest you pay to watch the movie, but if
Pirate
it
it.
ever
Is it
comes
pirate it?
across if it ever comes across like your streaming platforms, which I guess you also pay for, you don't need to watch it in the cinema. Is what I'm trying to tell you. This is stay at home and watch also can one. No need to go to cinema to watch.
So if you see it on like Netflix or Disney Plus, click the next arrow to go to the next film.
Stupid.
Okay, tell us what you think if you've seen the movie.
Like this video.
Yeah, like this video,
Don't
don't
like
like this
this
video,
videos.
subscribe to the channel.
Don't tell us your life problems, but you can tell us what.
Hey,
your
tell us your
relation-
life problems. I want the comment section to be vibrant.
Okay. He's not gonna address your life problems though.
I address every single comment on YouTube.
You
notice
gonna
that?
address their life problem?
No, I will just say, haha, great. Ooh, I give thumbs up, heart. That's it.
It's not great
Yeah.
if they have life problems anyway.
No, it shows that you're human. So
Let us know what
congratulations.
your relationship with your mother is. Tell us your life problems if you like, but I can't guarantee you'll find resolution here. You probably won't.
Follow us on all our social media
Social media
platforms at
platforms
FatBidin.
at
Go to
FatBidin.
fatbidin.com to get everything. You've been watching and listening to Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zanazli.
And I'm sure it was the one.